Hey Titans, it's Friday, September 11th, and I'm Jacob Keeter, and with my co-host Megan Vidala, you're watching Cen10 News.
This new school year has been tough on teachers and students getting adjusted to new learning environments, either from in-person class to virtual academy. Here's Cen for more information on how students and teachers are reacting to this situation.
COVID-19 has affected people from across the nation. Hamsit Shah and today we're interviewing a Western Middle School English teacher to see how this pandemic has changed her teaching environment.
So one way that I've dealt with the internet outage across FISD is I've assigned my students asynchronous work instead of expecting them to get online like right at the beginning of class. And I've noticed that that helps a lot with them being able to complete work. It's really important that we have grace during this time just because of all of the internet being spacey and everything. So face-to-face learning makes it a lot easier for me to be able to get to know my students and have my students work in groups. I think the online learning, it's been a challenge in that way, but I've been able to utilize breakout rooms in Zoom, and we've still been able to get to know you activities and that sort of thing. So we're getting there. I'm getting used to it, but it's taken a little bit of time. One way that I've made or attempted to make my class enjoyable is by using GimKit and quizzes and a couple of other websites that involve competition. That way it's more fun for the kids to be on instead of them just listening to me talk. I also like to use Nearpod so that my students can actually interact with my presentations instead of just me going through it slide by slide. I do believe that my students are learning. I think the mode in which that they're learning is different and it's taken some adjusting, but I've been able to present new information and I've been able to assess my students and have still found that there are new topics that they're being exposed to and are learning, and we're having great discussions online, even though I don't get to see all of them face to face.
Solis is one of the teen-led organizations that helped us get through quarantine. Here's Ethan for more information.
The coronavirus pandemic has led us to unprecedented times that require unprecedented measures. But this doesn't stop Pavani and Jillian from creating their organization, Solis, which is built on helping their community in any way they can.
Kind of created Solis as a way to get teens in our community more involved, as well as to give like the unseen students, so students who have learning disabilities or who may not get the same opportunities as everyone else, to be able to have those opportunities, and for teens in our community to reach out and help them achieve their goals.
I feel like right now a lot of people are just kind of discovering themselves because this time is just time for you to reflect on a lot of things, and I feel like we reflected on what we're passionate about.
We picked Solis as a name because Solis in Latin means the sun, and our club is all about brightening each other's futures. So we decided that, the sun was a good representation of like the vibes that we wanted from our club, and like a good accurate representation of what we do.
I'm Ethan Reyes, reporting for Cen10 News.
This summer, I'm pretty sure all of us are guilty of binge watching TV shows and movies in our PJs. I'm pretty sure everyone would like to know about good recommendations on watching good TV shows and movies, especially when we are bored. Here's Austin for more information on TV shows and movies.
During summer vacation and COVID-19, we have been given 5 months to binge watch new or old shows that have come out on Netflix, Disney+, or whatever video software you've been streaming on. With powerful technology, we have figured out what our Titans have been watching in those past 5 months. Bam! Genre chart. That's what genres we've been watching. A little over 30% in animation, a little over 18% in drama. The others, they're too small. Doesn't matter. I know one has 12.5, and another one has 12.5 as well. Too small, they don't matter. Now let me shrink that down for you. Shwoom, bam. It's in my hand right now. Let me throw it. Shwoom. Now it's tiny for me to point at. Look at that. Impressive. Quite impressive. Now bam. What's on your screen right now is actually a bar graph of what you guys have been watching during summer vacation. Let me shrink that down. Whoppa, it's in my hand. Whoppa, oh whoppa, perfectly in my hand. That tallest bar is 5 out of 18, and that show is Umbrella Academy. So 5 out of 18 of you guys have been watching Umbrella Academy. Those 3 bars that are the same, that are the second highest, are actually 3 out of 18. And those shows are New Girls, Community, and Grey's Anatomy. Those are quite the interesting shows you guys have been watching. Frankly, I haven't seen any of them, but I guarantee you those are good shows. Anyways, I'm Austin Murphy with Cen10 News.
Fresco ISD is requiring all students and teachers to wear masks. Here's Andrew for more information and procedure rules.
Wearing a mask is an important step you can take that may be able to slow the spread of COVID-19, but it's essential that they're worn properly. It is recommended to wear a mask if you're around people who aren't in your household. Masks may block someone's infected droplets when they cough, sneeze, talk, or raise their voice. This is why it's important to wear a mask in public. Cleanliness is necessary to wear your mask properly. Clean your hands before putting a mask on and after taking it off. Avoid touching the front of the mask. Instead, take it off by the ear loops or ties, and clean your hands if you touch your mask during use. A reusable mask can be washed after each use in a washing machine on the hottest appropriate setting. It's not recommended for some people to wear a mask, including those who are less than 2 years old or cannot remove it. A mask or the valve may let infected droplets out, so they should not be worn to stop someone from spreading COVID-19. Masks should fit snugly around the face and over the nose and mouth. Here is a chart that outlines mask usage. The mask requirement for face-to-face FISD high school students changes with the COVID-19 disease activity level, which is explained in detail on the FISD website. An executive order may also change requirements. This information was taken from the FISD and CDC websites, where you can find more about COVID-19. Also note that guidelines can change quickly, so please check with cdc.gov and your local authorities for the most up-to-date information. This has been Andrew Jones for Cen10 News.
Thank you, Andrew, for the information. Here's a statement from Officer Jones.
Good afternoon, Centennial High School, and welcome back. No one's more happier to see you guys walking down the hallways than I am. I know it's been a long time, almost 6 months without you here. But like I said, it's been some time out there on patrol, and it was a crazy world under COVID in 2020. There's been a lot of things that happened since you've been gone. I've been involved in protests and things of that nature. Had family members involved in protests and things of that nature. But I'm here to tell you, I'm here as your SRO, and I'm here to support each and every kid in this halls of this school. Whether you like the police or you have an issue with the police or not, it doesn't matter to me, because I'm here to protect and serve everyone. If you like to talk to me about your differences, I'm more than welcome to hear that. I have much respect for people that have a difference of opinion. I might not agree with you, but I'm not going to argue with you, and I'm not going to be mad because you have a feeling a certain way about the police. As we go through this world, everybody has a reason for the things they do. There's some that has had arguments over the flag. I will tell you, is after serving in the military, that I have a special place in my heart for the flag. But when I stand during the national anthem, I stand for the people that I have served with who have given their life. And I reflect on the memories of those individuals in the time that was rough. I will tell you that when I stand there, I don't think about who's kneeling or who's sitting or who's talking. What I think about is my peers and my compadres that I served in combat with. Most people will say that everyone should stand for the flag. It is a personal choice for me. I stand because it's personal. The people that may choose to kneel might have a personal reason to do that, but I can respect that, just like I ask anyone to respect my right to stand. As we go through this day, and it's 9/11, it's a special day in my memory. It's one that'll be etched in my mind. As I'm riding down the road that fateful day, and I hear on the radio about one of the towers being hit. I was actually going to an interview to be the first sergeant of the 1st Cavalry Division, one of the combat arms divisions in the United States Army. One of the MP company there, I was going to be the first sergeant there. As I got there and I'm standing in the command sergeant major's office and we're talking, the second tower was hit. And instantly we looked at each other and said, well, this has changed. And from that point on, I pretty much knew, because we was getting ready to go to combat, that I wasn't going to get that job. But I also knew that we had a duty to protect this country. And that's the most important thing. As you would know, on that fateful day, many people lost their lives. But I can tell you one thing. There was police officers running into that building trying to save people. There was firemen running into that building trying to save people. There were civilians that had nothing to do with either one running in that building trying to save people. And some of them lost their lives that day trying to save people. So as you go on and reflect on this day, remember, we are one American and we do the best we can each and every day. Thank you.
A couple of weeks ago, counselors sent a very important slideshow presentation about how to apply to colleges and more. There's also virtual college fair coming up soon, and counselors already sent an important registration information about that, so don't forget to check on that. Don't worry, seniors, you got this.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter, and for more information, go to www.cen10news.com. Thanks for watching, Titans.